Hey guys, what's up? So I have a really long video today. I'm really sorry. The thing about it is that, it's a morning meeting. My school every morning has this thing for 15 minutes. It's an assembly, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We always have this assembly at the very beginning of the day from 8 to 8:15. All about, just anything, any presentation that anyone wants to do. So I signed up for one in, like, October, and I just got to do it now. And so this is the morning meeting. It's on juggling. I think the whole thing explains itself. The one thing is it says mopeds, like my moped. A moped is, there was a teacher that did a presentation about their actual moped, and so the school kind of adapted it to, like, anything that you're really passionate about that you want to share with others in the morning meeting as your moped. And you get a sticker that's called the What's Your Moped sticker, which I got at the end. And so it's really cool. It's all about juggling. It's me there. I really hope you like it. I'll check in with you at the end. So awesome. I hope you like it. Alright. Hello. My name is Max Cooper, for those of you that don't know me, and for those of you who do, it hasn't changed. And I am going to juggle today. That is my moped. That is what I've been doing, let's see, for 3 years now, I believe. I went to Circus Smirkus Camp, which is in northern Vermont. It's a circus camp. I do all kinds of things, but I really found last year that my passion in circus was juggling. So I want to share my moped with you, and I think along the way you'll learn why I love it so much. But really, this is more of an entertainment. It's more of a learning and entertainment thing, because I want to share with you things about juggling rather than just juggling. And I would say that my skill level in juggling is right smack in the middle of beginner and like fabulous circus performer. So I'm like right there. So first, I'd like to share with you the props. So these are balloons filled with rice, and these are juggling balls. These are basically every single juggling ball you will ever find, except these have no stitching in them. So basically, what most juggling balls are made of, I'll get one now, is this is the kind of juggling ball I have. It is, which I'll use later. It's made of ultra leather, which is basically just leather. That is stitched in, there are about, let's see, I think there's 8 panels on this one, and they just get all stitched around birdseed, rice, sand, anything. But the first time that I juggled 5 balls 10 times was with these. So I learned on these, and anyone can, which is why I think juggling is so cool. And also, these right here, alright, so these are juggling clubs. These are the things that you see people juggle that you might call bowling pins, that you might call pins if you think you know more, but these are actually called clubs. In very, very underground juggling places in England, they might be called pins, but these are juggling clubs. They're juggling clubs. They're juggling clubs. They're not bowling pins. They're not bricks. They're juggling clubs like a caveman has clubs. They're juggling clubs. If you ever see a circus person juggling, you can call these clubs. Please do not call them bowling pins, because I get very angry. Also, so the next prop that I'm going to show you is these are called cigar boxes. Now, they have the only relation that they have to cigar boxes is that they were started by being cigar boxes, and they're actually not that common. I'm one of the very few people I know that does them, and the reason I do them is because so few people do them, and one of the reasons that I love juggling is because so few people do it anyway. So it's like a small division of a small division does cigar boxes, but I'll show you some of these today. And there are many different kinds of juggling clubs. These are PX3 Vegas style, and these are PX3 circus. Now the difference is in weight and in handle length. The handle length on these is about 20.5 inches. I know the whole club is 20.5 inches, and the whole club on this one is also 20.5 inches, but this is 13.5 inches and this is 12 inches, which makes a huge difference in how much they spin. And if anyone knows anything about juggling clubs, it's that they spin one rotation every time you juggle them. But that is not always necessarily true. You can get one to spin twice. And that's like the key to... Alright, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to drop a lot today because there's lots of gravity on this earth. And I've been juggling for a while, but every single juggler that's been juggling for a while knows how to do this move perfectly. I've done it 1,000 times. And I'm going to warn you right now. Cigar boxes, which I'm going to do in a minute. I'll just do cigar boxes now for you, actually, because they're just kind of like a side thing that I'd like to show you because not many people do them. The key to cigar boxes is that you have to bend your legs every time you do it. So what you do with cigar boxes, you create the illusion that the middle box is either sticking to one of the side boxes or has lost all gravity. So you do things like this, where you like turn the boxes, you can spin the boxes, and it's very exciting. And so when you're going up and down, straight and look cool. So you have to go down with them, and then you can throw them and catch them, and then you can spin them, and then you can do all kinds of things. And so the different moves that there are with cigar boxes, I'm talking very fast, the different moves with cigar boxes, the different moves with cigar boxes that you can do are, you have your side spins like this, you have your real spins like this. Now, okay, I'm going to warn you when these drop, make a very loud noise. It's not very good. It's not very good. But so, there's some crowd pleaser tricks, or what I call crowd pleaser tricks, because they're not very difficult, but they look much cooler than this. And so, they're like a takeout. Woo! Take one out. Right-handed takeouts and left-handed takeouts. And you can do full side takeouts. And you can do, hold on, I think you should be able to do, close. Let's give it 3 tries. I can't get it in 3 tries, I won't do it. Okay, wait, that was almost. Okay, hold on. I got this. Just switch the boxes around, and then I can get this. So you just got it. Alright, so there are many different kinds of moves. You can do combinations of like throw, tricks, many other different things you can do with boxes. Those are cigar boxes. The next thing is clubs. So, clubs, I don't like clubs. Clubs, you get these big welts. Every time you catch a club and it hits you on the forearm, you get these welts. I don't like it. They're very painful and they hit you and no one likes them. Everyone likes them. I don't like them. So, clubs, juggle clubs. And as I already said, the key to them is the spin. That's why they're so cool. That's why they look better from the side. And then doubles, you just spin them twice. I can't do flats yet. That's all I got with clubs. Now balls, I like these, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck at 5. I cannot seem to be able to fully grasp 5, but here's 3. I want to talk about juggling in terms of 3, without trying. So I can juggle while talking to you and looking at you. I can't really see anyone, but if I could talk to you and look you right in the eyes while juggling. Once you get 3, it's a thing in your brain. They actually did a study about this, where when no one has ever developed juggling. Like when you're born, you do not have like a knack for juggling. You can be better at it, or you can be worse at it when you start. But basically, there's a part of your brain that processes physical patterns, like that you do, that is never used until you start juggling, which is very interesting. And so anyone can do it. Anyone. Absolutely anyone can learn how to juggle, and it can be as good as anyone else. That's what I love about it. That's one of the reasons that I do it, is because it's just so interesting to me, how anyone can do this thing that looks so cool, that is so much fun. I love it because it's so much fun, and it looks so cool, and there are so many ways that you can use it and like do things with it, and it's just so great. So the first thing I want to show you, if you are ever learning to juggle, do not go to juggling and go like this. I can do 2, because you cannot do 2. This is not 2. This is throwing one ball and passing it to the other hand, which is not 2. The way you do 2 is this is how you learn. This is how you learn to juggle. You take one ball, and you throw it up, and you catch it. One ball, throw it up, and you catch it. One ball, you throw it up, and you catch it. And then you take another ball. And instead of doing this, there's no passing, unless you're learning a different way. But the way that you juggle, this is called the cascade pattern. And there are many different patterns. There's also the shower pattern, which is what you see people like doing chairs and tables in the cartoons. This is the shower pattern. And no, that's the shower pattern. And then this, sorry, I'm getting confused here. This is the cascade. And then this is the reverse cascade. And then this is Mills Max. So there are many different kinds of ways that you can juggle. What is like the main form of juggling is the cascade. And that's what most things are done with. And then there's also the 4-ball or 6-ball and 8-ball fountain. I want to get to my main point I wanted to make, which is the question, can you juggle 9 to a juggler? Has anyone ever heard someone ask that, or do you ask that? You say, can you juggle 9? Or like, how many can you juggle? Like 10, 12? Anyone that is absolutely great at juggling has devoted hours and hours and days of their life to juggling, can probably juggle 7. The world record for most things juggled is 11, and that was balls, and that was set like last year, and it's just absolutely impossible. 7 is like the absolute max that any person that has not a whole career in juggling can do. So basically, it's incredibly difficult to go up because it's just the patterns. It's not like you learn 1 and then you can keep going. It's that you learn 3 and then you spend double the amount of time you spend learning 3 on 4. Because they're completely different things. So this is 4, and I still don't like 4. I just don't like 4 because the interesting thing about 4 is it's called a fountain, and they never pass. That's why I was getting confused with shower and fountain. So this is fountain, and they never cross. And the reason that they can't cross is because with even numbers, if you just threw all 4 up, you can't keep it going. You go like 1, 2, 3, 4, catch, 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. Whereas with 3, it's like every time you have a point in which you can throw a ball. But with even numbers, there isn't really one. And so with 4, you have to do a different pattern, which is the fountain. And so that's why it's, especially 3 and 4, there's just a huge difference. So it's not like 9 and 10, there's also a huge difference. It's like a different amount. With 6, you just juggle 3 in one hand and 3 in the other hand, which is incredibly hard. You have to learn how to juggle 3 in one hand. And that's also why I like juggling. It's challenging. You have to keep working up. You got to keep going because you keep learning new things. There's never a point where you're like, all right, I can do everything. Because there's always something else to do. And there's always something else to learn, which just makes it a hobby that just goes on forever. Now, people consider juggling a sport, and people consider it an art. I personally just consider it a hobby, because most hobbies are broken up into sport and art anyway. I just like to say it's a hobby. Because a sport, you ask, how? The WJF is hosted every year, the World Juggling Federation. Which is it is very much like the Olympics for juggling. There will be people that will get up and they will do a 5-club routine and they will have everything nailed. They will do absolutely everything perfectly, never drop a club, and they will get a 8 because they have bent their legs. Like, it's the most insane thing you'll ever see. If you ever get a chance, if you're on ESPN2, you see the World Juggling Federation, you should watch it. It's amazing. But that is that. And okay, so now I want to talk about art. Art, there are people that juggle that could juggle 7 clubs perfectly, standing straight, and just juggle 7 clubs and everyone go ooh and ah. But then there are people that juggle 3 and like bounce them off their legs and like spin and go like this, and then everyone goes, oh my goodness, and that's art. And that's what like you see in Cirque du Soleil. You'll see people that'll like stand on 1 foot and then they'll like juggle, and then there'll be people behind them who are like juggling 5, and the people in the middle, they're just standing and juggling 3, and then they're like doing these like, oh. And then so that's more art than a sport. And I really think of it as a hobby because I'm not really doing an like, artistic expression, but then again I'm not doing it for competition. I'm just doing it to do it. I mean, I guess it's like building like paper planes or something. It's not like you're trying to create art, it's like you're just trying to do something. So yes, and then the other thing that I already mentioned that I love about juggling, these are newspaper. They're plain newspaper. I took newspaper, I saw this online, you just wrap extra newspaper around the head, so see the resemblance of this to this. It has like the middle thing, and this has the middle thing, and the top, yes, okay. So this is newspaper. It's all it is. And whenever you throw it, it spins, and it's more heavy on the end than it is on the bottom, which just makes it spin. The interesting thing is I'm actually throwing with my arm. I'm not really trying to get it more to spin with my wrist, which people, when they first start juggling clubs, they'll go like this. This is what you do. You actually just throw it up, and it automatically spins because of the weight on the club. Is that all the time? Yeah.
How about 1 more minute?
1 more minute. Okay. Does anyone have any questions?
What's a blank next?
Oh, right. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to juggle 5, and then I don't think we can take any questions. I'm very sorry, but I'm going to show you what I've literally spent 24 hours of my life working on, and you're going to say, "Wow, I can see why you can't juggle 9." Okay. So this is what I've been doing, and there's light and there's stuff, and I promise this is not as great as it seems. Here's 5. That's fine. The record that I've got is 21, that was like, I literally just threw that out. I was like, yes, I got 21 because I've done 5 over and over. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, throw the thrower, everyone goes everywhere, and then it was like, sad. So, that is 5, that is juggling. Thank you all very much.
Wow, I just rewatched that and I realized I had like so much energy and was so great. If you guys want to see more juggling, like this video. That's what I'll say in the annotation when I put an annotation up. It's like this video if you like blank. But yeah, I really hope you liked it. I really like to do it. It was so much fun for me. Thank you so much for watching. MAZGOOPAH.